It's a girl, and she's back at Angels with Scaly Wings. Been a very, very long fucking time since I have, even touched this. But I figured since it's not processor heavy, I can play it without shit getting fucked. And I've also got a really nice microphone for it. And also, I can now have the audio and the video synced. Fucking finally. I figured out how to do that. So, last time, I believe I was going to have a drinking contest with Bryce. Alright, let's do this. He made a show of looking me in the eyes while he lowered his muzzle into the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly, this was going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. How did I think I could win in a drinking contest against a frickin' dragon? Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting on the best show I could while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realised it was very different from any other beer I'd tried before, yet I persevered through the intense taste until the glass was empty. Yeah, I probably wasn't as impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though, as I set down the glass and an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face. How do you like it? Ugh, this is some really strong stuff. I told you, you better know beforehand how much you can take, or it'll hit you harder later on. Want to give up already? Shut up! That brought out your fighting spirit, huh? I like that. So, when's the next round starting? Soon enough. Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in already? Don't lie to me. I can see it in your face. Unless that's blushing I see, and not the alcohol. That's not a blush. I'm sure it isn't. Anyways, how do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to wherever it is that you came from. I'm having a drinking contest with a dragon. How could I not love this? We'll see how much you like it when I've drunk you under the table. Waiter, bring us another round. I can't remember what fucking voice I gave the waiter. Coming right up. Here you go. Having ourselves a little contest, are we? You know how it goes. As I do. Be careful, Molly. He's a pro. Who the fuck is that? Ah, fuck. Voice.
Did I hear something about a contest?
Maybe.
Up to your old shenanigans, I see.
Now, don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to either. Either? I don't know. I don't fucking know how to American.
Point taken. Enjoy.
Of course, he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident he would win. Guess I'll just have to try my best. I went first last time, so it's your turn now. As I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the dark amber liquid. Dark amber liquid! Like amber but evil and also in liquid form. I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. I never really got the whole drinking thing. It's like, you know, you fucking get your liver, your kidneys, they're all like, whoa! And they're like after years of like continuous drinking, they're like, whoa! But at the same time, they're also dying. Plus, I'm also a fucking wussy when it comes to drinking, because I'm like, I don't have a sip of alcohol. And then not only am I fucking sloshed, but I'm an absolute cunt. Molly on alcohol is shit. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. There. Your turn. Did I see you struggling there for a second? That's my tactic. Make you think that I'm struggling so you'll let your guard down. Roaring laughter erupted from the dragon as his paw struck the table, rattling the containers resting on it. Do dragons have paws? I know they have feetsies. Wouldn't they have claws? Now I'm just thinking about the bearded dragon, or like any kind of lizard, where it's just like, I'm gonna wave at you when it's like, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble, sir.
Keep it up, kiddo. You still stand a chance if you can make me die of laughter. As for my turn, let me demonstrate.
Once again, he consumed his drink. Though his twigs were noticeably slower than before, his resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had, as he clearly held the advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around?
There. Now let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all the stuff about Reza, but was that the only reason you wanted to meet with me?
Ha! Ha ha! Maybe. Having a little fun doesn't hurt, right?
Thought so. I won't disagree. He's winking at me!
He's winking at me!
I won't disagree with that. Where? Next round.
Coming. There you go.
Thanks.
How are you holding up? It's fine, thanks for asking. If you say so, good luck. He just fucking flips his sprite. Fucking flips his sprite and slides off. That's how I should just, like, exit the room when I'm fucking done. Like, no longer microphone drop. You just... Sprite flip. Slide off. Sprite flip. Slide off. And then sometimes you'd be like... Huh, 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 huh. Kind of like that Zac Efron thing. But then at the end, you're just like... And I'm out!
Was it your turn? Or is it my turn?
It's yours.
Alright.
By now it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, though he was faring much better than I was. Even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down it in one go.
Now, it's yours.
He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his balls... I read balls as bowels! Even though his bowls held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore. I had to pause a few times, but in the end I made it. Oh, I wasn't sure how much more I could take. So, what do we do now?
Wait for you to throw up so I win?
You wish.
I can see you're close. Just a question of time now, Sonny.
I'm not a Sonny! I'm a lady! Unless you're like, get good, son. Or like, son, I'm disappointed. I wonder if dragons have memes. Do dragons have memes? Like, son, I am disappointed. Except it's like Bryce with the horns. And it's like, you know, not someone dressed up in a fursuit. It's like their kids dressed up as a human. Like with a human mask on and like hands. Their human is like a 5-armed fucking us. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why are you brown? Why are you so damn attractive? Oh my god, this is a fucking tough choice because on the one hand, I'd say, why are you brown? Why are you brown? But on the other hand...
Oh boy, he's a refined dragon.
Why are you so damn attractive?
I just am. Got nothing more to say about that. Waiter, next round.
There you are. I'm fairly certain that at that point the waiter would be like, well, have you considered that you're going to get fucking alcohol poisoning? And like, we barely know anything about this human, and they're like consuming vast quantities of alcohol. Like, especially me, who's a fucking teetotaler, I'd be like, oh, I'm having an alcohol! And I have the alcohol, and then I'd be like,
I need a medic bag.
Larily, the dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe if I just held out a little longer.
Whose turn is it even?
I think it's yours.
I think it's yours, though.
Very well. At this point, I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round, it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until eventually the glass was empty. Yay! Alcohol poisoning! Can I... Oops. I paused it. Oops. Holy shit! Right-clicking pulls up the system menu. I had no idea. Suck on this, you scaly bastard! For the first time, I could see something in his eyes other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief or insecurity? Or maybe it was bedroom eyes. I guess my feet caught him off guard, as he seemed genuinely impressed. If nothing else, it showed me that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this.
You're cute. I like you. I really do. But I sure as heck am not gonna let you in.
So, at this point, do I fucking, like, strip and then just be all like, yeah! Because that's 100% guaranteed to induce vomiting. He was struggling. It became more and more obvious as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl bit by bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he'd refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now.
There.
I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes, just for a little bit. Oh my god, that fucking loud thump was just like, Pizzeria Simulator. When you get, Helpy to do the fucking ball pit thing. Anyway.
Hey, are you okay? You fell down, and you look kinda messed up.
If you think I'm giving up, you're mistaken. This is over.
I can see that. Ready for another round? Or do you give up?
Bring it on.
Actually, you know, once you're lying on the ground, you better stop.
That mean I win?
I didn't say that.
You know, it was fun watching you and all, but you've both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is. I like it under the table! Alright, I'll be going then. Wait a minute. What is it? Maybe you should go with him, just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know? It's kind of an unspoken rule here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so. When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for the moment. This could prove difficult. Fine? Thank you. Come on, let's get you home.
He's still unconscious.
Some water on his face. Let's try this.
What? Is that you, Molly? Where am I?
Chill in the bar. Come on, let's get you home. This is not how it works. Oh, what a quaint little house. That's so cute. Like an old cottage. I love, like, the feel of old cottages. But, you know, I also like having modern technology inside, like computers and smartphones and whatever this is. Whatever this is. Anyway, yeah, I woke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized that I'd apparently slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. This is not my home. This is not my life. This is not my lovely wife. Ah, this is so cute. Guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce home. Hey, Bryce. Oh, wake up, fatty. Oh, that's rude. Good morning. Morning, sunshine. Wake up, Tubby. Wake up, Tubby. The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes.
That got him. For your information, my kind does tend to look a little bigger than the others, but it also makes us the strongest. Damn my head, why are you even here?
I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home.
Alright, after our little game.
Do you remember who won?
I don't even know, but you stood your ground and I respect that. You didn't do anything funny while I was out, did you?
Well, let's see. Funny things. Well, I tried making a Gary's Mod video. Yeah, but it's probably not too funny. The dragon rose from the couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn. Oh, that's so cute.
Alright, you know what? I'm sorry. The whole contest thing was a stupid idea, and I shouldn't have suggested it. Especially not to you.
Well, it's not like you forced me to participate, so I suppose I'll share some of the blame.
Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened.
Deal!
Wait, what time is it? Damn, I should really get going or I'll be late for work. You know how to get back to your apartment from here, right?
I think so.
Guess you should be going as well, kiddo. Maybe I'll see you some other time.
Kiddo? Kiddo? Conflict. Chapter 5. Book me. No! 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 That was Sebastian! No! He's dead! Ah! I don't like this! I don't like this at all! Why have they killed Sebastian? Or at least they might have. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today is the big day of the fireworks. Who shall I bring? Oh, I only get to pick a dean. Okay, a dean. I guess I'm gonna go with a dean. I guess she's here. Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids?
Ready for what? The fireworks, silly. Oh, of course. Let's go. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Here we are. This is everyone. I'm disappointed. I thought it'd be crowded here. This is actually one of my training spots, and it turns out you can see the fireworks pretty well from here, too. So this is your secret spot, then? I guess you could say so. Well, now that I know of it, I suppose it's not so secret anymore. Not if you keep it to yourself. We can make it our secret. If you say so. Sporticus. Hey, looks like it's starting. Now take a good look. We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colours. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Clap, clap. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how much of a public event this was and how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now was the best time for Reza to make his move. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he'd ever have. Oh dear. And yet, I made Bryce have a fucking hangover. I've just killed him. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met, now was the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Adine, I think we need to go. Now! Stop joking around, Marley. You still haven't seen the best part. I know where Reza is. We need to stop him. Are you serious? Yes, I am. What should we do then? Maybe you could fly and get some help. I'll try to buy some time by confronting him. Alright, where should I meet you? Somewhere near the portal. He'll be there. Let's go! I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Reza was still here somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where he could be, or if it was worth waiting for him here, when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew nearer. No! 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 I checked Sebastian for any signs of life and found nothing. However, his body was still warm. Razor was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Sebastian's guard post was not just for the portal itself, but also the surrounding area. Since Razor was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. The underground building. The administrator had told me all about the prowess of the generators within. Probably hadn't been hard for Razor to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Razor here, but in the end I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure I'd have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building sentry, as it was in a roped-off area that I had seen from afar before. Fuck, all the lights are on? When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Razor had to be very close. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came Razor, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. Molly, you here? You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you all the time. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come, help me with this, and let's get out of here. No. No? What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions. You want to talk now? Sure, why not? We've probably got a few hours if we wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We could even get the backup generator as well after we send this one over. When did you realize we were in the past? How did you know about the comet? I've known for a while. It's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you? I only recently found out. Looking back, it just seems so obvious to me now. I'm not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there are so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different, independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be? An alternate reality? No, it was just a different time. When was there ever anything resembling these creatures on Earth? Not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs when some of them here look pretty damn near identical to the dinosaurs we knew about. And then there are also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly the same as our own past society. But we didn't even have to think that abstract. Just need to look at the sky. Sun, the moon, even the stars are the same. Constellations change over time, of course, but you know, you could account for that stuff. You could have just pointed your PDA at the sky and it would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You could even see the meteorite in the sky and how it would change its position day after day. Are you done being condescending? I guess so. You killed those dragons, Razor. What a brilliant deduction, Sherlock. Why did you do it? Do you really need me to spell it out? I thought better of you. After I found out the truth about this place, I knew just waiting for the generators we were owed was not an option anymore. It would have taken who knows how long, but I didn't intend to stay a day longer than necessary. You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to acquire some generators. Some of the dragons didn't go down easily. Who cares that they got back the generators I stole? With just this one, we won't need any of the others. How could you do this? How could I do this? Let me ask you this. What harm is there really in taking their generators when their whole civilization will be gone in a few weeks anyway? The ones I killed just died a little earlier than scheduled. Even if that creep hadn't shown up and interrupted our meeting, we wouldn't have had the time for them to make the generators for us. How about we don't let them all die? They aren't going to be extinct anytime soon if that's what you're concerned about. I paid the hatchery another visit before I came here. With the right persuasion, I think we'll have plenty of reasons to keep at least some of them around. Bodyguards, border patrols, weapons, even as pets or companions, as long as we make the necessary changes. See, it's not as bad as you might think. I'm not just gonna abandon them like that, only for the whole civilization to be wiped out. Get your priorities straight, Molly. Next, you'd rather starve because you suddenly empathize with a steak? And you're not satisfied just starving by yourself? No, You're gonna let all of us starve because you want to impose your morals on everyone. Since when do you think you get to have any say in this? You know why you're here. What you're proposing is treason, and you know the consequences. Personally, I don't mind if you want to stay here. You know I don't care about corporal punishment. Just let me through and you can do whatever you wish. I can't do that, Razor. I see how it is. They've told you they need this generator to stop the comet, huh? Now you've become their lackey. Don't tell me you've been drinking up what they've been telling you. You know they have as much of a vested interest in this whole thing as humanity does. That's I and you do. Or at least used to. You think they wouldn't do the same thing if it was their families on the line instead of ours? Their entire world is on the line here. They live in perfect harmony with their perfect green energy source. No reason for wars or conflicts, yada yada yada. We had that too, and you know what happened then? Of course you do. This is such an idiotic trope, you know. Random person meets weird natives, learns their ways, and ends up saving them. What do they need you for, huh? Maybe they're going to be extinct for a reason if they can't even save themselves. You know of our suffering, yet will let them have it. I don't care what happens to them, but unlike you, I was at least trying to save humanity. At any cost. We have the solution right here, and you want to get philosophical now? Don't you think we deserve it? They've had it for who knows how long. Now it's time for us. Not like this. Do you think I like it? If there was a different way, I wouldn't have spent the last few weeks doing what you didn't. We don't live in this fairy tale world of yours where there is perfect solution to everything. You should know that. Just being here for a few weeks must have messed you up. I think I know why. You got too used to all the comforts they have here. You actually don't care if they all die back home, do you? As long as you can stay here in this perfect little world of yours. You have discarded everything and everyone back home. Replaced it with this. Maybe it's because you just don't have a life back home. I can even understand that a little. Of course, it'd be nice to just stay here where they have everything that we don't. But being here also reminded me of everything I hated about our world as it used to be. The pettiness and the politics. Say what you want about the solar flare. But it leveled the playing field and gave people like us a chance to make a difference. For all our efforts, what did we get? A vote that was meaningless in a sea of stupidity and lies. Now everyone has to pull their own weight. We make the rules. You, of all people, should understand. Of course they wouldn't. They haven't experienced how it is to live like we do now. To see the world burn and everyone you know die around you. And because I have, I won't let the same thing happen to them. How many do you think died home just in the 2 weeks you've been here because we don't have power for the hospital, huh? Do you think those victims aren't worth mentioning? Or do you just care about the few dragons I killed? Our city is the last bastion of a civilized society in a world where nothing else is left. Maybe you've forgotten about them, but I haven't. How many of us do you think will still be there in a month, a year, or are they just a statistic to you? The same could be said for the dragons. What do you want to do? Talk me down from doing this? And then what? It's too late anyway. You think they're just going to let us go after what I've done? That chance. Whatever you may think, you'll find that our leaders back home agree with my course of action. Why are you telling me this? Because I expect you to join me. That's not going to happen. And you call yourself an ambassador? This generator is the only thing we need for our city to survive. How can you even argue about this? The dragons also need that generator, and I'll do what is necessary to stop you if I have to. Couldn't we even just go back in time to earlier than when we were dropped off? Or like the moment that we were dropped off? Maybe? So, that makes you judge, jury, and executioner. What a wonderful set of morals you have there, Molly. We only need to wait until the comet has passed by safely. You think you can stop the comet? And you need this generator to do that? Sure, and if your plan fails, then not only is this world gone, but we also lose any and all hope to save our own. We are so close now. We can't risk anything by waiting for your crazy plan when back home they're dying by the minute. I will not let you. You only want to save your own two-faced hide, because you don't want to face the consequences of what you did! Why are you laughing about this? Because it's a joke. It must be. I'm the one with a gun, and you thought you could just waltz in here and lecture me? Listening to you was fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't stop me now anyway. Maybe I can! Suddenly, Maverick and Adine appeared next to me. Yeah, boy! You planned this, didn't you, Molly? Traitor! And I think I'll let you distract me with such a cheap trick, just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity left within you. Ah, fuck! He pulled his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go, and I'll forget this thing ever happened. You've got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? Do you think that's worth risking your life for? He's used numerous bullets! I've been risking my life for this every day for the last 2 weeks. What are you doing during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity! Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Razor. Hi, buddy. No, they belong to me. Confused, Razor spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him. Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so. Oh, fuck! He pulled the trigger, and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. What you say? Ah! Razor was quick with his gun and shot Adine once before Maverick even had a chance to charge. As Maverick ran towards him, Razor adjusted his aim before shooting at Maverick multiple times. Maverick stumbled and fell before Razor walked up to him and shot him in the head. What now, Molly? Are you gonna let me through, or do I have to finish the job with you? Adine was lying on the ground next to me, injured. No! 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 It wasn't meant to end like this! I looked over to Maverick and the administrator. Both lay dead in a pool of their own blood. Oh, fuck me. No! No! Now you hesitate to kill? After doing all this? It's your choice. Please, just go. If you told me that just a few minutes ago, I wouldn't have had to do all this. Hell, you could have come with me, you stupid idiot. But if you want to die here with all this and everyone else, feel free. Alright, step over there and lie on the ground. If I see either of you moving before I'm gone, I'll shoot. I did as he said, and could only watch as he took the generator and left. While both Maverick and the administrator were dead, it turned out that Adine's injury was a fairly minor, and she got the medical attention she needed. When I attempted to use the portal to follow Reza, however, I had to realize that humanity's portal was not accessible. After Reza had arrived on the other side, he or humanity must have quickly deactivated the portal in order to prevent anyone from connecting with it again. I warned the dragons about the comet, but without the generators from the underground building, they failed at diverting the comet enough to make a difference. As such, the only remaining option was for me to use the portal with the administrator's coordinates, which would enable me to travel back in time to the day of my arrival in this world. I met with Adine one last time to tell her about my plan. I'd use the portal to try again, hoping for a better outcome. There will always be another year, huh? What are you talking about? That's what you told me during the summer festival when you talked me out of flying in the contest. There will always be another year, so I didn't have to fly in this one. I'm sorry. Don't be. You did what you could, even if it has to end like this. I enjoyed my time with you. Let's not have any regrets now. Thank you. Remember when I asked you what you were gonna do if you knew the world was gonna end? You told me you'd say your last goodbyes and hope for the best. Is that what this is? Your last goodbyes? It's not a goodbye. I'll see you in a better future. Can I just come with you? Unfortunately, no. These coordinates are tied to my biometric data. Only I can use them. Oh, well. Don't worry, I'll be back before you realize it, and nothing will have happened. I'll wait for you. Oh. Okay, so, that went badly. Very, very badly. I do like how the replay mechanic is obviously, you know, tied into the game because, you know, fucking time travel, but... Shit, is it supposed to happen that way the first time? Is that what happens if I pick a Dean to hang with? Oh. Fucking brutal. Ow. Oh, Dean didn't deserve this. Oh, shit. I know that the game is not technically finished, but I have finished the first playthrough, so I guess I'll actually sit down and take some time to talk about it. So, really well written story. Fantastic, kept me intrigued. Feel like the language could have been a little bit... You've seen what lies beneath the mask! Yay! I've seen a Dean's bad ending! Bad ending! One of the many different endings of Angels with Scaly Wings. In order to see the conclusion, you'll have to play through the game a number of times. Blah blah blah. You may even find the information gained this time to be helpful. Might even notice the prior choices have changed a character or aspect of the game's world permanently. Feel free to skip. Can you find all the different endings? Seen my first ending. Yay. Oh, yeah, great. Just put the giant fucking silhouette of the Dean's bad ending there. What could I have even... Did that ending go bad? Fuck. Fuck. So yeah, little bit of review time. Lovable characters, very lovable characters. I really love Maverick now. Like, I have a massive respect for him. The dialogue was really fun, really great. Fuck. Thanks for watching. I'm absolutely devastated, and I'm probably gonna go have a cry to Amber now. Bye.